Let's take a look now at PCScript commands that are unique to gauges. And there are not near as many here, but these are still quite useful to understand. The first one is set a gauge value, and it really allows you to set the value and the label both in one command. We have a gauge here on the left, and we're specifying, and you can see that in that gauge the value is about 70. That's where the yellow line is, where the color changes from the brighter yellow to the grayer yellow. And we're using a command set gauge value 84 and a title or a label of network load, and you get the image on the right. You can see that the value is now up at the 84 line, and the title or the label above the gauge has been changed to network load. Set gauge range allows you to add or replace gauge ranges with new ones. In this case, we're going to first do a delete all ranges to remove all the ranges from the gauge. We're adding two new ranges, a green one and a red one from 0 to 70 and one from 70 to 100. Then we're setting that value again, 84 in network load, and you'll see that there are now just two ranges in the gauge. The first one going from 0 to 70 being green and 70 to 100 red, and the value's pegged at 84. Set gauge min max allows you to specify the min and max values for the overall gauge. This is only will only work when you have a gauge whose range is determined by a percentage and not a value. So we have a radial gauge here that normally goes from 0 to 100. And we are setting the gauge range min max from 500 to 1000, and then we're setting a value of 900, and you'll see that the 900 is shown as the value that the needle points to. The percentage is calculated at 80%, which is 900 is 80% of the range from 500 to 1000. And we're also setting the label to be my gauge. The other three commands that are here in the PCScript are delete all ranges, which you saw an example of on that first one when we were adding two new ranges, delete a specific range, and setting the gauge label independently of the value.